hates me. Who hates on me? The guys with the 5 eyes that you see. And I wanted to make a really quick video today too, because I had this thought on my mind about Ben Simmons and I had to get it out. And that's why the audio quality isn't going to be what you're used to, because I'm just doing this on my phone, like just right here, right now. I just had the spontaneous thought of how Ben Simmons, I support Ben Simmons. Salute to Ben Simmons. You get all the money you can out the NBA, and whenever you're ready to just bounce, bounce. I know a lot of people in the sports lexicon hate Ben Simmons.
I don't care how much they pay him, Ernie. This kid is a disgrace to basketball. He epitomizes everything wrong with the game today.
Now, Charles, it seems to me that you're hating on Riley because he stacks paper to the ceiling and rides on 24-inch chrome.
Yeah, that's true.
Now let's go back.
They do not like Ben Simmons. Why? Because he got paid a lot of money, was about to, he was improving, become a better player, and then he just basically stopped playing basketball. Stopped caring, right? And everybody feels so strongly about that. I've seen so many video essays about, Ben Simmons sucks and he's a disgrace to the NBA and everything like that. And I think to myself, who you can call this nigga a disgrace to the NBA and you're not even on a rec league right now, right? Like, bruh, like you're not in the NBA, so you can't determine who's really a disgrace and who's not. At the very least, let the fraternity do that. But people need to give this dude a break, right? Because for you to feel that way, it means the NBA's magic is working on you. Because you gotta remember, these are Masonic organizations we're dealing with. These are organizations with a agenda that we're dealing with. And they need you to be loyal. The same way they need the players usually to be loyal. While they show no loyalty to the players, they'll trade them while they're in the middle of a dinner with their family without letting them know nothing. They'll take the amount of money you have to spend to get anything at these arenas makes no sense. I will never understand why a beer has to cost like $10, $11, even though sometimes I will pay for one just cause. But that's also another reason why I just stopped going to sports events, period. And if your city doesn't pony up the money when they need it, they'll leave. And then when they build these new arenas, they take money from the taxpayers and give nothing back except a couple charities and donations, when none of that stuff matters. These teams don't matter. That's the thing you got to get it through your head. Let it go. Everybody, let it go with Ben Simmons, all right? We need to support Ben Simmons finessing the plug out of the NBA, because these same people that will go ham on Ben Simmons will be the same ones that be like, CEOs make too much money, and these companies, they basically rule the world, and they're ruining the world, and blah, blah. So when a dude makes it, and he's able to get paid for basically chilling and just throwing the ball wherever he wants, we as the common people should applaud that.
Whoa. Wait a minute, ho. What's this? You know my money supposed to be folded, not rolled it, bitch.
My other thing is if Ben Simmons gets worse, regardless, then oh well. I really don't know how this affects anybody's life in general. Because the worst thing that ends up happening is he just plays himself out the league and he's gone. I know a lot of Nets fans are really crucial about him, and he was supposed to be the big three with Kyrie and KD or whatever. But you need to get a life if you're thinking that hard about it. And I know there's a whole economy too for a lot of people to have a strong opinion, whether they're working on ESPN or whether they're here on YouTube. Shout out to Alvin Linguini. I'm pretty sure that's his channel name. I hope his name is Alvin too. I'm pretty sure it's Alvin Linguini. I don't want to get it wrong, because for some reason I keep thinking April, but shout out to that guy. He has a really good YouTube channel about the NBA and everything. And I look at his videos all the time. He has very good opinions, very good content. But still, I feel like we have to stop judging these players as people when it comes to the game. And then when we do judge them as people, we need to actually give them correct judgment as well. Because you have to remember, the NBA does not matter. We don't need the NBA. The NBA could disappear like a Thanos snap. Like just the NBA, just like that.
I know you hear me snapping. I know you hear me snapping.
And our lives will not be different. If you think your life will be worse, then you need Yahweh, you need a family, you need some punani, you need something else in your life that actually does something to the world, though, because the NBA does not matter. We don't need the NBA, and we don't need to see Ben Simmons play if we don't want to, you know. And that's why I think it is so important that he doesn't play, because he needs to set an impetus socially for the NBA. Because I think one of the biggest problems the NBA has also run into now is that the money has become so great, but the scrutiny has also become even greater at this point, that I can see why a lot of players just don't care and get the bag. Because why would you not? You know, if you wanted to play the game for the passion of it, you don't play in the NBA, because the NBA doesn't really set up the game for passion the way overseas tends to do it. Like if you look at the EuroLeague, you know, they have the game set up where it does feel like a legitimate contest. They don't have as many games as the NBA, so every game matters even more. You can't just be gliding into the lane and doing whatever you want. You know, for you to really show out in the G League, not the G League, in the EuroLeague, you gotta not only be a baller, but you gotta be, I wouldn't even say a warrior. Yeah, you basically gotta be a warrior. I don't know, man. Some of them places they look scary to play at.
But look at the atmosphere. Amazing. It is literally bouncing, and it's the kind of environment, Joe, where you probably played in it as a player. They're standing on that floor now. It's shaking. Yeah. The floor is shaking.
But over here in the NBA, because it's a Masonic organization, and because America is a feminized, it's feminized now, everything is about swag and look and feel here. And I've known for watching a couple NBA games myself, a lot of times I feel like I'm just hanging out, honestly. I'm looking at the game, and there's a lot of good highlights, and it's cool. But for you to spend the kind of money you're spending to watch these games, and that's what the problem with the regular season, with that in-season tournament has. You spend all this money for a game to just be like, we won, we lost. Like, there's no feel to it. And I think that's why people are kind of losing that luster and love for the NBA, because there's no importance to it. I mean, there hasn't ever really been importance to it, but it's just like, you really are just paying money to just see a bunch of dudes ball, and if I'm watching the EuroLeague, at the very least, I know there's a lot on the line. The contracts are less guaranteed, they get paid less, so they're playing more for themselves, definitely more than anything. And a couple, you go on a 10-game losing streak, that's probably it for the season. That's it. You're getting canned. My final point I wanted to state is that Ben Simmons is just a regular dude, man. That's all it comes down to. And then we can look at him like this 10-foot behemoth that should be a better player than what he is, and he should try. But this shit is not a job. Playing basketball is not a real job. He plays. That's the key word. Plays. He does not work. He plays. Now, he may work out, but that is still not a job in itself, because that's a hobby, okay? These dudes have a hobby as a career. A job requires work in the general sense of the term. It may seem like playing basketball is really work, but it's play. It's play. That's all it is. It's play at the end of the day. So it can't be work. No matter how hard you train at it, it can't be actual work. It's entertainment. You can't really work to entertain. All right? Unless you're using the entertainment as a means of adding intrinsic value to humanity. The NBA doesn't do that. They just play ball and get paid. And that's what Ben Simmons does. So if he just plays ball and gets paid, we should not have such strong opinions about him not doing that, because our lives are not affected. It means nothing to us. If he wants to stop entertaining us, then look at the next person willing to entertain you. Stop holding on to things, to this league, because you feel like he owes you something. He doesn't owe you anything. Doesn't owe us nothing.
He's better than you?
Yes.
And stacks more paper and gets more hoes than you, nigga?
Absolutely.
only thing he owes to anyone is himself, which is that money, apparently. You know? So we gotta stop being under control of these sports franchises, man. These sports franchises are a detriment to society when it's all said and done. They have made people so incredibly distracted. They suck so much money out of us, and they give nothing in return. They give nothing. Occasionally they do the, donations there, here and there, and they show up to the kids, but all they do is spread idolatry. They spread Satanism. They do spread misery. They use the money as a front, but most of these leagues, most of the athletes do go broke after retirement. So they put their bodies on the line, and it really wasn't really worth it in the end, because they don't have nothing to show for it. And the concept of a draft is horrible in my opinion, because every single year, you have to basically just get rid of people just cause. Every year someone new is showing up. It in the fact that the seasons never end and everything, it's kind of like just an Ouroboros cycle. It's just completely meaningless, year to year to year to year. But they get us hatched on and hooked on to what they're selling, and we go out and we break all kinds of bread to literally see something that you could probably see in an open run at a D1 college or something. I don't know. That's just me. But anyways, hope you guys having a good day. Again, salute to Ben Simmons. Keep doing what you're doing. Forget what everyone's saying. We should all be supporting NBA players, finessing people out the plug, because, hey, go find some entertainment somewhere else. And who knows if the league is even going to be here in 100 years. See you later.